This is Spoken by Elswith, a Femdom Hypnosis podcast, Season 4. Today's episode is about LDR FLRs and some rambling. I'm going to tell you about something that's out of character for me. Usually I don't like hearing about the minutiae of chastity play, at least when it comes to those LDR FLR situations. And so, in spite of the fact that I've had a few listeners ask me to play the role of keyholder, and I've had a few beg me to play the role of keyholder, I usually turn them down. I think it's the disconnect of long distance that makes it a bit less appealing. Doesn't quite have the same oomph as our usual, erotic hypnosis relationship. Because I don't get to passively observe the effects of frustration and make little bets with myself over when you'll break or ask for more than I'm likely to give. Oh, or reap the benefits when it comes to my own pleasure, or all the other ways that affection and appreciation can be displayed. But these last almost 3 weeks, I've really enjoyed it. Maybe it's the fact that all this chastity-themed fun is concentrated in one place, and that the expectation of no orgasms is present in every connection for this short time. And then, the elephant in the room. I have been unable to record a podcast episode for a little while, so I have been enjoying keeping up with the trials and tribulations of a month in chastity in message and emails. You likely hear a little bit in my throat. I managed to catch what everybody seems to have. Still getting back to my normal self. Really surprised how this one managed to kick my ass for a bit. And speaking of those messages and emails, I've had lots of messages about wandering hands and desperation. I'm enjoying the pride that the mental chastity aficionados all display. And I've had artful photographs shared by some of those who did elect to make use of a device. I've even had slip-ups, and I'll be addressing those in a moment. Here's something I want. It's your task for the day. If you haven't told me how it's going, do so. Even if it hasn't been going, great. Remember, you do need to go over to the website spokenbyelswith.com/Locktober to tell me if you're participating in order to be eligible for that exclusive reward that's popping out in November. So, it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows, not least because that running total I promised I'd keep, well, that number, it hasn't increased much recently. Don't really need to tell you that, this coughing fit, it's a bit of a mood killer. But like I said, things are looking up. I've had some great quality writing time, and today there's a new listening room session that really dives into financial domination. You'll find it in the shop, and if you've heard The Pirate Queen, well, it's definitely in that same direct style. There's a real narrative for you that you can be totally immersed in, a story where you're the subject. Victim? Let's say victim of another incredibly controlling and possessive mistress figure. Oh, there's also a session. I'm right now calling it the Locktober cuddle session. And fingers crossed, that's going to pop up later this week. There's some work left to do on it, but it's all about warm and close sensations brought through sleepy, trancy relaxation hypnosis. It's certainly a session that's perfect for right before sleep, and I know you love your sleep hypnosis. And at the moment, the plan is to put a version of that out on the podcast for everyone, so that's something you get to look forward to. But okay, you have your task. If you haven't told me how Locktober's going for you, now's the time. Even if you fucked up, it's okay. I told you it's okay, right? Over a week ago now. But now's the time to climb back on the horse. And if you've been good, if you haven't had a single intentional orgasm since the last day of September, you are allowed to leave now. Off you go. Feel free to shut off the podcast or the YouTube video. Once again, I'm assuring you that you are not in trouble, you're not missing out, and you should feel my pride pour over you due to your good behavior. That was the dog. She wants to go for a walk, and so she just keeps roaming around the room. Anyway, you're not missing out, like I said. This is just not for you, because you've been a good boy. Okay, now there's 2 groups of naughty boys left. Some of you were naughty just once this month and have stolen an orgasm. You might have told me about it, or not. You might have felt guilty, and you've already decided to stick to the rules for the rest of the month. And if that's you, if you're in that group, well then, good boy. I'm proud of you. Sometimes it takes a slip up to realize how much more satisfying it is to follow the rules. But you're forgiven. Isn't that nice? You can thank me for my forgiveness in a polite note and promise that you'll keep your hands off your cock until the 2nd of November. And then there's the other group of naughty boys who did jerk off for some reason or another. Maybe they felt bad about it. Maybe they were having a fuck it moment. And then, after that slip up, they went on a bender. Oh no, sweetheart. Oh no. You don't get off with a light touch with that sort of behavior. Oh no, sweetheart. Not at all. So this is what you're going to do. You are going to earn my forgiveness by restarting your period of chastity, the one that you promised me. And this is going to last 3 weeks. That means that from today, you're not going to come again until November 10th. But that's just how you get back on track. That part isn't punishment, waiting till November 10th. I have a different thing in mind for that. A favorite subtle punishment that's easy for you to take from me. So you're gonna find about a half cup of uncooked rice. Do you already know where this is going? And then you're going to kneel on it. In my real life experience, this fucking sucks, even for guys wearing thick jeans. If you don't have rice, go get some pebbles. They'll work about the same. You're going to kneel this way for me while you revisit the breathing relaxation and affirmation session and podcast episode 31. It's just a few minutes long, dear. You can take it. You deserve it. If you're feeling extra voyeuristic, I'll take a picture of the marks on your knees, along with your apology for all those times you jerked off. I promise it's going to feel so good to be back on track, and November 10th isn't that far away. And be sure, after all is said and done, to go to the website and check out the financial domination session that's going to go on in the listening room.